Hey CFMV family, happy Wednesday, happy tax day, although it's been deferred for a few more months. Anyway, let's talk about what you're doing today. On this Wednesday, you've got two portions. You've got a strength building component here every 3 minutes for 5 sets. You're gonna be doing some version of a squat. There's gonna be some rest in there. We'll talk to you about what that looks like. And then for your Metcon, 3 rounds. You've got 3 rounds of a fight gone bad type of style workout. Again, 1 minute per movement, max reps, max effort. Repeat after that 1 minute rest. Let's get at it. Your strength component for today, it is 5 sets every 3 minutes. Now this is what you're doing. You're gonna do 8 dumbbell front squats, okay? Dual dumbbell. Getting into that front rack position, we'll show you what that looks like. Then after that, you're dropping 1 dumbbell. You're gonna do 12 single goblet dumbbell squats. And then you're gonna completely get rid of all your weight. You're gonna do some air squats. All of that in 3 minutes. With the time you have left, that's the time that you're resting until you get back to the top of the next 3-minute set, and that's where you'll do a total of 5 sets. So let's go over our first movement here, the dumbbell front squat. So your setup is important. Get your feet in a nice, beautiful power stance, so that way you can activate, jump into your squat stance. Now Holly's got her feet in between her dumbbells. She's gonna hip hinge all the way down, activate those glutes. When she's ready, she's gonna fully extend all the way up and get in that front rack position. From here, with 1 dumbbell touching the back side here, she's getting her feet out into a squat stance, hips back and down, knees tracking out, brace core. She's gonna do 8 front squats. So give me a couple there. Once you're done with those, you're gonna drop 1 of those weights off to the side, get your other dumbbell kettlebell into a goblet position, and then you're gonna do 12 single dumbbell or kettlebell squats. Same thing, hips back and down, knees tracking out. Once that's done, ditch all the weight, and you're gonna rock out 20 air squats as fast as you can. Just get them done. Make sure though, when you're doing these air squats, pause in the hole for me, that you are getting that hip crease below the knee. You can definitely cheat yourself in that air squat by giving me a shortened air squat. Go ahead and give me a shortened up air squat. Not all the way down. See that? You just think you got there, but you didn't. All right, make sure you get to that full depth. Now, once you're done with that workload, you rest. So if you did all that workload in a minute and a half, guess what? You got a minute and a half of rest. Good for you. That means you get to go harder the next round. Do that for 5. That's your strength component. All right, CMV, your 3 rounds for max efforts. Another look at what we can do with the Fight Gone Bad style programming. So what we've got here, we've got 4 movements. Again, that's 1 minute each movement for max reps. Then you're gonna get a 1 minute rest. And we're gonna do all that for 3 rounds. So you're gonna keep that rep scheme going. Now your first movement, pretty straightforward. All we're doing here is an up down. So Coach Holly here is gonna demonstrate that up down. You're just gonna get down into a planked out position, okay? And what we don't wanna see is your hips way too high when you get up into this position. We don't wanna see it way too low where you're kind of bringing that little arch into that back here, okay? So it's just a good planked out position. Then you're gonna stand on up, bring those feet back up and stand up. There's no need to jump or anything. You're gonna do that for multiple reps. Just get on down, get back up. That's your up down. The next movement you're doing is a dumbbell push press. Before we actually pick up the weights, let's talk through the points of performance of a dumbbell push press. Now, Holly's gonna pretend that she's got some pair of dumbbells into a front rack position, nice and high, nice good braced core. Now, all I'm gonna have her do is just get into the dipped position. So go ahead and dip. Now, what she's doing here is dropping her hips straight down, right to her heels, and having those knees corkscrew out towards the midfoot. Now go ahead and stand up. Now what we don't want you to do is to dip forward towards your big toe, because what that tends to do is loosen the core and then move you forward, move that chest forward. So when you press, you're gonna press away at an angle instead of straight up. So go ahead and stand on up. In order to counteract that, you dip straight down. Get that hip towards your heels, corkscrew those knees out, so when you do activate to come on up, you can go ahead and press. Now, what we don't want also in that dip, that push press, is to go back underneath to perform the jerk, okay? So let's do a jerk real quick. Dip, drive, and duck. We don't want you to rebend those knees. The reason why I say that you're cheating your strict press is because as you are dipping and driving, you're gonna lock those knees. So go ahead and perform one nice and slow. Here's your dip. As she's going on up, she's gonna lock those knees and press her head through her arms as she's locking out those arms. All right, so let's pick up these dumbbells. We're gonna do 2 and show you what we're talking about here. All right, so power clean into that front rack position, dip drive and press. There's 1, and let's go 1 more. Now, if 2 get too crazy for you during this workout, ditch 1 dumbbell. And then what you're gonna do is grab on either side of the dumbbell head and perform the same movement. Dip drive, extend everything, lock out those legs, nice tight core, get that head all the way through. So that's your dumbbell push press. Go ahead, put that down. The next thing is, actually you're gonna hold on to it. The next thing you're gonna do is a jumping squat with a dumbbell attached to your chest. Just like Coach Holly's holding it against herself, you're gonna get into a good squat stance, hips back and down, knees tracking out, explode on up, and we just need a big enough jump to slide a piece of paper or slide a credit card right underneath. Keep that chest nice and upright. Very good. You can now put that dumbbell down. For the last minute, you're doing a max effort squat hold. 2 versions that you can do here. Version number 1, free float, free form squat. Get that hip back and down, knees tracking out, and you're just gonna sit there for a minute, okay? Accumulate as much time as you can, all right? Now, if this doesn't work, go ahead and stand on up. Find a wall, find some kind of apparatus you can support yourself with, okay? Get that hip crease below the top of your knee. If you're gonna use a wall, you better get that hip crease low, all right? And then you're gonna sit there for a minute. Keep those hands away from your legs. Challenge yourself in that. Go ahead and stand on up. And that's your workout. Then you'll rest 1 minute. You'll repeat for 2 more rounds. Accumulate your reps for the 3 out of the 4 movements. Post your scores. We wanna see what it looks like, and we'll see you soon.